guest today is Kevin Stone. Welcome to Baltimore Second Live, Kevin Stone.
Well, thanks for having me. And Baltimore, it's great to be talking to everybody over there. Good evening, Baltimore.
Yes, good evening, sir. And tell me, how you became a hypnotist? How was your calling?
My calling is pretty simple, actually. I kind of went back to school, and I found a college in California, which is called the Hypnosis Motivation Institute. It's the only accredited college in the entire world. And I thought, let me go back into school, get some college credit to really understand something I always had an interest in as a boy and have fun with it. And so that's what ended up happening, and that was about 25 years ago.
Okay, really? Wow. You know that you were good at it when you hypnotized somebody?
No, I didn't, but everybody can learn it. And that's why, obviously, there's a school that offers how to do it. And it takes practice, and it takes an understanding of language to actually hypnotize somebody. You see, you don't hypnotize anyone with the watches and the spirals and all those things that you see on TV or in the movies. That's not how you hypnotize people. You hypnotize people with words, and you find how the mind thinks and processes information, and then you're able to speak the language to your mind and actually hypnotize somebody. So it's like a computer where you basically program your computer. The mind is the same way. And so all behavior is learned behavior. So hypnosis goes into the mind with the permission of the individual, because I can't hypnotize anyone who doesn't want to be hypnotized. You see, all hypnosis is really self-hypnosis. And we go in and out of it about 1,000 times a day. So once you get the permission of somebody, you can hypnotize them and basically go in there and take out the negative programming and replace with positive programming.
That's so interesting. You said there's a school for that too as well? I didn't know there's a school for hypnotism. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there's some local schools in Baltimore. All you got to do is look them up, and I'm sure you can find some quality schools right there in Baltimore. And if people are really interested in this, they can also contact me or my website, which is hypnotist.com, and I can get you information on learning. Or if you're local and you want to go to a local school, I can put you in contact with some of the local schools in Baltimore.
Yeah, that sounds very interesting. And for the record, you said in the beginning that because the watches and the swirling circles, that's what Hollywood made to do that. Can you explain why Hollywood keeps making those types of farces of hypnotism?
Sure, because Hollywood is dramatic, and Hollywood likes to sensationalize things and use the emotional angles to get our attention. And so those things you can actually hypnotize with, but it's not how we do it. It's not how it works. And so, they use it, and it looks great on film, and like some of the current movies. Did you see any of the current movies with hypnosis in it?
Oh, God. I can name like 15 off my head. There were, well, first of all, there were like cartoons that started first off for me. I remember also movies in the 90s. I forgot what movie in the 90s it was. It was a magician in it.
Okay.
The World's Illusionist. I remember there's a movie called that. Pokemon did something like that also.
Right.
And also Futurama did something like that too with Hypnotoad. I remember that too as well.
Yes. Yeah. The Pokemon guy was a little yellow guy, right? Remember him?
Yes.
Yeah, I forget what his name was. But in cartoons, they use it a lot. They use it, even now in a lot of the movies. There's a lot of movies about hypnosis out there right now and how it controls people and makes people do things that they're not willing to do and all of those things. And that's not true, because if it was true, I wouldn't be talking to you right now on this interview. I would just have gone to the bank earlier this afternoon, hypnotize all the tellers, tell them to drop the money in my bag, and speed off with all the money in the bank, right? So it doesn't really work that way.
How do you do it? How do you do your hypnotism? And when people come in, do people basically give them connotation like, this can't happen to me?
So what you're asking is how do I do my hypnotism?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there's two components to me. I have two companies. One is called Mind Growth Technologies, and that's the hypnotherapy side, the lecturing, the teaching, and a little more serious side, the clinical side of hypnosis. And there's the other side of my company, which is called Deep Sleep Entertainment, and that's where we do full stage shows and comedy hypnosis shows. And so how I do it basically is what I've been known for, because most of my clientele is anyone who calls who wants to have help. But my main clientele is major celebrities and major sports figures.
Really? Can you name some of them?
Let's see. The ones I can name, and if you do go to the website, which is hypnotist.com, you'll see a lot of video on there of the TV shows I've done, MTV, ABC, CBS, NBC, and there's a lot of celebrities that I've hypnotized, like, right off the top of my head. You know what? I can't even think of some of them, because to me, celebrities are just like everybody else. They're, we're all people. And so when somebody comes to see me, I don't see the celebrity, I don't see the sports figure, I don't see, who they are. I see what they need and how they want to fix that through hypnosis. But if you go to the website, there's a lot of video on there with a lot of celebrities that I've done. I've done a TV show called Celebrity Fit Club, where I've hypnotized 8 celebrities at a time. Denise Richards was one of the celebrities. Remember Charlie Sheen's ex-wife?
Yeah.
I saw that. She's one of them. There's a lot of them. And, if you really want to see it, go to the website, hypnotist.com, and you'll see all of the celebrities and the people that I can talk about. Because the work that I do is confidential. It's like a regular therapy session where people come in, they call me, and, the information is confidential because nobody really wants to disclose, private information, and I'm sure you don't, right? So, it's like anything else. It's a private session where you get to work on whatever it is you want to work on. So if you want to stop smoking, if you want to lose weight, if you want to increase your earning power, better relationships, stress, anxiety, whatever it is you want to work on, the applications of hypnosis can help you.
And yes, and I want to tell you a question. Do people use the negative side of hypnotism? Like people use it for their personal gains? Do you ever hear stories about that?
Well, it's like anything else. People use good for bad, right? And you see these stories all the time throughout the Bible. And so that's just how our culture, our world works. And so you can use it for negative, sure, but it doesn't last very long.
Really? Why say it doesn't last very long? Somebody will tell, or somebody will get to, like...
Because just like everything else in life, my friend, the evil never wins. The good always wins. And so you can only have a limited run of being bad and doing bad. Eventually it's going to catch up with you.
Yes, of course. Explain to you your coaching. Do you ever get people off of, say, like medications? Do you get people off, like, medications and other illnesses? Said if they will believe that they're afraid of heights. Do you get them off of that too?
great question. And I don't do anything without working one-on-one with a doctor's referral. So if they want to minimize their medications, if they want to get off their medications, then yes, absolutely, positively. Fear of heights, phobias, all of those type of things. Yes, hypnosis works for everything you've just mentioned, but it really depends on the person and if the person allows it to happen. Because remember, all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. I act as a guide. I'm a facilitator. I don't possess any magical powers. Do I have gifts and talents and abilities that God has given me? Absolutely, and I utilize them for what is for His purpose, and that's what I do. Mm-hmm. And so I use the natural, organic state of hypnosis in therapy to help people to help themselves, to achieve their highest potential.
Wow, it's interesting. And when you hypnotize someone, say someone hypnotized, and they're acting weird, can you tell they're faking it?
Absolutely, especially in a stage show where people just want to kind of come up on stage and they want to try and fool, everybody, and they want to fake the hypnosis. Yeah, there's different things that you can tell when somebody is in the true stage of hypnosis. And that's called, there's 3 different stages: somnambulistic. There's, in just in simple terms, I'll give you it. It's medium, light, heavy, right? And so you can always tell the ones who are not really going into hypnosis. They're just kind of, clowning around with it, not really taking it seriously. So you can tell right away. Because when somebody's in a true state of hypnosis, you can see it's almost like a sleep state where they're very relaxed and their eyes go into a cataleptic state where they start to flutter. Their breathing becomes very, very heavy. So there's a lot of different signs as a hypnotist that you can see of whether or not, they're in hypnosis or what stage of hypnosis that they're in.
Wow. And does that really get you angry when somebody's faking it on your stage?
What's that again? I didn't hear you.
Does it get you angry when somebody's faking it?
No, absolutely not, because I think everybody has a curiosity of how it works and why it works, and so they really, want to try it. And so if they want to come up there and they want to make, a fool of themselves, that's on them. It doesn't have any reflection or bearing on me because I'm not trying to control anything. I'm not trying to get the power or show the power. I'm trying to show and educate people on the applications of the power of the mind and how the mind works. And so it doesn't faze me whatsoever. It just makes them look like a fool.
Exactly. And I'm looking at your website and also what's going on. You say you can help family relationships by hypnotism. How does that work?
I can help what now?
Family relationships by hypnotism. How does that work?
I think I heard leadership. I didn't hear the first part.
Family relationships.
Oh, family relationships. Of course, absolutely. Yeah. Like I mentioned earlier, hypnosis is effective and can help in relationships, stress management, anxiety. Whatever you think about, you can use hypnosis for. Because you have to remember this. All behavior is learned behavior. So whatever you learned, you can unlearn it, but you need the tools to do that. And hypnosis is that tool to basically reprogram your mind. So when it comes to relationships, absolutely positively, because there's certain sabotaging mechanisms in relationships that we do, that we carry over, not only from our own immediate family nucleus, but we carry that over into past relationships with others, whatever relationship you're in. And some of those are unidentified. And so you don't even realize you're doing it. But once you realize it, again, knowledge is power, then you can change it.
That's fascinating. Tell me about Teen Mom. You was in Teen Mom one time, I remember, too, as well. Tell me about that session. How did that session go?
Yeah, that's most people know, it's a national television series on MTV. It's called Teen Mom, and they brought me in because it's a reality show with people who are struggling in their lives, and it's that type of a format, type of a show. So of course, they expose all of their good and their bad, or their issues in this case, and so they want to bring in an expert like myself to help some of them with some of the issues they were having, like weight, confidence, self-esteem. And so they brought me in, and I worked with one of the biggest stars that they had on the show at the time, which is Farrah Abraham, and she was having some difficulties with her mom. And so they brought me in to help them. And there's video on that, too, on the website, hypnotist.com. You can go check out that, or my YouTube channel. You can see the videos on that particular show if you missed it.
Did it work?
Absolutely. My success rate is about 98%. That's why I've become the Hollywood Hypnotist. And I didn't name myself that. That was given to me by Access Hollywood, where they found out about my work in my earlier days, because I've been doing this for 25 years. And what ended up happening was they found out that I had hypnotized one of the celebrities to stop smoking. And that got out, and they found out about it, and they called me in to do an interview just like this. And they basically dubbed me the Hollywood Hypnotist, and so it kind of stuck. And my work is pretty well known all over the world for what I do, helping people to help themselves and giving them the tools to achieve their highest potential. So that's how that all came about, and why I do what I do today, because I am passionate about helping people to help themselves.
What if somebody doesn't want help, or you go to, like, say, like a session, and you see the chaos going, and you say, like, I don't want to go. I don't go here. Nah, forget it, and walk away from it. Do you ever do that?
Do I ever do that, or do they do that?
Yeah. No. Did you ever do that? Do you ever go in a session?
Oh, absolutely not.
And
no.
Chaos? Really?
No, I'm in a business of helping people and giving people empowering tools to better their lives. And so I don't give up on anyone. They're the ones who end up giving up or sabotaging or letting the sabotaging mechanisms get in their way. But I show them how to identify with that. And it's really difficult, even if you just sit there for a moment and just think about even trying to look in the mirror right now and really look at yourself, really examine yourself, to look at yourself and say, what could be wrong with me and how do I fix that? Most people don't want to do that. It's a very difficult process to do that, to really examine yourself and say, there's something wrong with me, because we all want to feel that there's nothing wrong with us and we're fine. And we want to be told that every day, that we're fine. But look, even myself, the success that I've achieved, everything that I've achieved to this point, helping millions of people to help themselves, I'm still working on myself. And do you know why? Because I'm human. And so all humans have things and goals and desires that they want to continuously work on. So I'm still working on things to this day with the applications of hypnosis in my own personal life. And do you know how I started?
How?
I was a nail biter. I was biting my nails, and I couldn't stop. And so the first thing that I used hypnosis for was to stop biting my nails. And you want to know the second thing that I used it for?
What's the thing?
Second thing was, I was a very shy, introverted man. I wouldn't even be having this conversation with you right now. That's how shy and introverted that I was. And so I used hypnosis to build up my confidence, build up my self-esteem, and now I talk to tens of thousands of people. I'll do one lecture in front of 10,000 people.
So it goes to my important question. Where do you go to for advice? I mean, you're a motivational speaker. Speak well, but where do you go for advice? Where do you go to bounce off steam with?
Well, I have my mentors, and of course I have my colleagues that I sit down and in meetings with, monthly meetings. We get together, and we not only talk about our clients and bounce those ideas off of each other. We talk about personal things with each other and really try to understand, what direction we need to continue to go into in a positive way. And I suggest everybody should have a mentor. Everyone should have somebody that goes to that you trust, that you have that rapport with, that is just going to see you for who you are without any judgment.
Yes, indeed. And one question, where do you go? I mean, who inspires you to be a hypnotist? What person you saw on television or you heard of that said, like, what, I want to do that. I really want to do that. Who inspires you to become a hypnotist that you always want to see?
Okay.
Of you?
When I was a younger man, there was a gentleman that he was doing a comedy stage hypnosis show in my city. And I went to go see it. And I thought, wow, that's pretty fascinating how that works. But I had already had an understanding about it from, like what you were saying, from cartoons. And I used to be an avid comic book reader. So they would always have these guys, the great Mandrake, the magician, would hypnotize people and do all these things in comic books. Right?
Yeah.
And so that's what kind of introduced me to hypnotism. I thought, wow, that's kind of neat. And so that's what inspired me after seeing a live show with people getting hypnotized. And I thought, wow, that's amazing. Well, I didn't do anything with it for a long time, just had a fascination about it. And there was really no information about it at the time. Now, there's a lot of information. Like I said, there's a lot of information on my website. If you go to that, hypnotist.com, you can learn a lot about a lot of things. But back in the day, there was not even one book in the library about it, so I just kind of forgot about it. So when I moved to the West Coast, because I'm originally from New England, when I moved to the West Coast, I was again introduced to it. And I thought, oh, okay, let me go see if I can explore more of this. And then I'm a true believer of what you put out there, you're going to receive back. Now, you may not get it right away, but it will come to you. And so, again, it's like praying to God. When you pray to God, God's going to give you that, but in His timing and in His plan. But you have to pray for it. Because if you don't pray for it, you're not going to get it. Because you have to know what you're asking for to receive it. So if you don't know what you're asking for, I can't give that to you, nor can God, nor can anyone, correct?
Yes, indeed.
Right. So I was reintroduced to it in the 90s, and that's where I found the school. And I thought, okay, again, I needed some college credit. They offered the college credit that I was going to get, and it was a program, and I thought, okay, I'm going to go in, I'm going to try it out. And that's what ended up happening.
Wow, that's a very fascinating story. And do you find people like copying other hypnotists?
Do I find others copying other hypnotists?
Yeah, copying off your act or anything else.
Well, I think everyone should model or be inspired by great leaders. And so I think the ones who aren't necessarily copying, word for word or article for article, I think the ones who are inspired and make it their own, I think those are that's what you should be doing. You should be inspired by leaders. You should be motivated by what they've done and the foundation they've set before you. So I sit on top of the shoulders of great leaders, and I hope that others are going to sit on top of my shoulders and call me a great leader when I'm no longer around, because I've done great work and I've inspired great people. So absolutely, I think that everyone should build off of other great people. Absolutely.
Yes, indeed. There should be no negative condition around that. People get get antsy. People coming off their act, you get so antsy about it. So.
Right.
You say you do coaching, and how do you start your coaching? Say I want to come in and do hypnotism. How do you start your coaching?
Well, it depends on where you want to start. So if you want to start from like the basic of not knowing anything, we start the coaching from there. If you're already coming in with experience and an understanding of what's going on, then we start you from there. So it's intermediate, it's professionals, or it's just beginners. It doesn't matter. The coaching's for me because of my experience, and again, I've been doing this for 25 years. I can pretty much start where anyone wants to start that coaching.
And I remember hearing you and saw you in a Tyra Banks show. Tell me about that. Yeah.
Tyra called me in when she was shooting her show in Los Angeles at CBS or maybe ABC. It doesn't matter. But there's a video of that too. So go check it out. It's on the website, hypnotist.com. And she called me in because, again, she had heard of my work with the celebrities and the sports figures, and they wanted to do a segment on, I think it was New Year's resolutions. And some of the New Year's resolutions for people, just like the Baltimore people who are listening now, want to stop smoking, right? And so she called me in to talk about the work that I do, just like we're talking about now. And she had a couple of celebrities on there. And again, I can't remember who they are. Let's watch the video and we'll see from there. But they wanted to stop smoking. And so there was two of them. And we helped them to stop smoking right there live on the show.
Do you ever follow up with those celebrities and see if they still stop smoking?
Yes. Oh, yeah. All the time. Yep. We follow up just to make sure they're on point, or they'll call me. And, a year later, and they'll say, hey, I need another session. I was thinking about having a cigarette, and I don't want to do that, so can we have another session? And so either they're calling me to follow up, or we're calling them to follow up to make sure that they're staying on point.
Some of them were not staying on point, and some of them failed to stay on point?
Some people, again, they can't fight off the temptation sometimes because they end up at a party or their friends smoke, or the most difficult thing sometimes is if your spouse is got the same behavior and they're not willing to change, but you have to be around it all the time, that temptation can influence you. And, sometimes you want to say, oh, okay, I'll just have one. One will be fine. I'll just do one. And so the one turns into two turns into three, and then there you go, you're smoking a full pack of cigarettes again. So, yeah, it's like anything else in life. It depends on the individual. It depends on how much you allow this to work for you. So you can do this in one session, or it could take a couple of sessions. It really depends on you and what you're willing to do to make it happen. So it's a 50-50. I do my part, I do the best I can and what I'm known for, and it's up to you to allow yourself to do your part. So it's like going into the gym, my friend. You don't go in the gym for a week and you come out looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger, okay? It just doesn't work that way. You have to put the work in. But I'm going to give you the tools to make that happen. And so it's up to you to use the tools. If you don't pick up the fork, you don't eat. Right?
Yeah. Yes, indeed. There's one with you and Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore.
Yes. Tell me about that. What things did she with?
Barrymore was a smoker as well. She was a smoker.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yep. Wanted to stop smoking, used hypnosis to stop smoking, and she's still a non-smoker to this day.
Wow. How about Brian Trier?
Same thing.
Really? All of them smoking?
Yep. And other things that I can't really talk about, but the things that they did talk about publicly is the things that I could talk about. Yeah.
Oh, man. How about Ben Affleck?
Ben Affleck.
you work with?
Ben, same thing. Yeah, there's a lot of smoking in Hollywood. As a matter of fact, if you look at the old Hollywood movies, everybody's smoking in those movies, you know, and so smoking never kind of went away. It's still part of our culture. I'm sure a lot of the Baltimore listeners are smokers themselves, and they're thinking to themselves right now, and they're scratching their head, and they're thinking, wow, how do I do this? And, you know, it's real simple. Get on the website, hypnotist.com, and give me a call, or you can click on the link. If you're on my site now, you can see there's a product page, and I offer a CD for stop smoking, a CD for losing weight, a CD for self-hypnosis, and there's like 22 different titles that you can get. And so if you just want to get the CD is just as powerful, and I've been selling that CD for 25 years, very successfully to all people in the world. In Japan, Australia, I get calls every day of the success of people using the CDs.
That's very interesting, very interesting. Instead of smoking, how about financial issues? Like people want to just how to save money.
Increase your earning power, get your financials in order. Absolutely, because you can focus and concentrate on exactly, you know, because some people spend money, they don't even realize they're spending money. Yeah. And do you want me to tell you why that happens?
For neediness.
Okay. It happens because the media utilizes the power of hypnosis and suggestion to get you to buy their products. That's why you're wearing the clothing you wear right now, the jewelry you wear, whatever you're attracted to, because you're attracted to their commercialism. You're attracted to what they're doing to get you to buy that product. And guess what that is? That's hypnosis, my friend. That's suggestibility in its purest form. That's how simple it is. So you want me to show you how simple it is?
Yeah, show me.
Okay. So are you sitting or standing?
I'm sitting.
Excellent. So your hands-free, correct, because you're talking through a microphone right now?
Yes.
Okay. So what I want you to do, and by the way, your listening audience can do this as well. If you're driving, do not do this. Do not take your hands off of the wheel.
Don't. God damn it.
If you're driving, just listen, and then listen to the program later, and then try it later, right? Because you guys record this, right? Yeah. I'm not going to hypnotize you, but I'm just showing you how the power of suggestion works, okay? So, and I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Aaron.
All right, Aaron.
Yeah.
So what I want you to do is take your arms and I want you to extend them out forward. Tell me when you've done that.
Okay.
Now,
yes, I'm doing it right now.
Upward. Okay, your palms are upward, right?
Good.
Now, Aaron, I want you to close your eyes. And if you're listening at home, I want you to do the same thing. If you're driving, do not do any of this. Continue to focus on your driving. Continue to focus if you're at work. Continue to focus if you're not comfortable like Aaron and everyone else listening to the program. So extend your arms out, palms upward, correct? Good. I want you to close your eyes, Aaron. Focus, concentrate on my voice. All right? Focus, concentrate on my voice. There'll be no more talking until we finish. I want you to think about Aaron. I want you to visualize. I want you to imagine. Now, you're in full control. All I have to do is focus and concentrate on my voice. I've just placed on one of your hands $1 million in cold, hard cash. You're starting to think about the money now in your hand. One, you start to feel the texture of the money. It could be smooth, hot, cold, rough. You decide. 3, you start to feel the weight of the money. As you do, so does your hand. It starts to drag down into your lap as you feel your other hand becoming lighter and lighter. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tie a string of 10 beautiful balloons around that other hand. As you feel the other hand becoming lighter, the hand with the money just increased in size by $2 million. You start to feel the weight dragging down your hand now, becoming heavier, 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 heavier. The more you think about it, the heavier your hand becomes. The more you resist the weight of the money, the heavier the hand becomes. Now I want you to freeze. Don't move. Tell me what happened. Open your eyes.
Oh, God. Wow. My hand feels heavier.
Exactly. So tell us, because we can't see it, and tell your listening audience what your hands look like and what happened to them.
My other hand, my left hand is up, and my right hand is down.
Right. So you're right hand dominant, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So that's the power of suggestion. I didn't even do the hypnosis yet, Aaron. That's not even hypnosis yet. I'm just showing you the power of suggestion and how it works. You want to try something else?
Sure. Let's try something else.
Okay, excellent. Class, both of you and the listening audience can do this as well. Again, if you're working, if you're driving, do not do this. If you are sitting at home, listening to this amazing program and listening to the sound of my voice and Aaron's voice, then you can try along. Okay? And for all those of you who cannot try this right now, the program is recorded. Go ahead and pull it up on the playlist or on iTunes or wherever you guys advertise, and you'll be able to hear this all over again, and you'll be able to do it. So I want you to put your hands into a praying position. You know how to pray, Aaron?
Yes. Yes.
Excellent. So fold your hands down. Remember the old church in the steeple thing when you were a kid? Remember that?
Yes. Yes, I remember the church in the steeple.
Excellent. Very good, Aaron. That means you're a man of God. I like that. So fold your hands down. Now take your two index fingers, your pointing fingers, stick them straight up. Only those two fingers. If you're trying along, listen to the sound of my voice at home. So you get the two fingers up right now, so you got like a mini goal post between your fingers?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, good. Now I want you to, again, focus and concentrate on the sound of my voice at home, all you amazing Baltimore people, and Aaron. I want you to look down the center of the two fingers. I want you to concentrate on my voice. And you'll find that starting right now, those two fingers will start to move in closer and closer together. There's two magnets on each finger to continue to move in, pulling and tugging, and pulling closer, closer, closer. They will touch. When they do touch, you reach the height of your suggestibility. As they continue to move in, pulling and tugging, and pulling closer, touching. The more you resist them from touching, the more they will touch like two magnets pulling in now. What happened, Aaron? Tell us now.
They're not touching.
But they came in pretty close?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Now, if I kept going with the suggestions, the fingers would come in and touch. Now, I'll bet your listeners, some of them, those fingers came in immediately and started touching immediately, like two magnets. And so that's the power of suggestion. You see how hypnosis works?
Yes. Wow.
Yeah. That's how simple it is, my friend.
And yes, you do a very great job.
Well, that's why I'm known as the Hollywood Hypnotist. That's why my work is known globally, all over this planet, because of the things that I've perfected with the God-given talents that God has given me and the gifts. And so I share those with people. I show people how to tap into their mind, how to tap into to change things and negative behavior into positive behavior.
Wow, that's very fascinating. And where can we find you at? I know you got a website. Do you do social media too as well?
I do. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, all of those, and on YouTube as well. All you got to do is pull up Hollywood Hypnotist Kevin Stone or Google Hollywood Hypnotist Kevin Stone, as your listeners are probably doing right now, and you'll see all kinds of information about me, all kinds of stories about me, all kinds of great information of what you can use in your life to change your life.
Wow. And where are you going to see yourself in 5 years, by the way?
Where do I see myself in 5 years?
Yes.
I see myself continuing to do the work that I'm doing, to help people to help themselves, to inspire, uplift, and educate people to improve their lives in whatever way they need to improve them. And I'm able to give them the tools and the guidance, the coaching, and the ability to do that.
And one quick thing, when I'm reading your thing, you do high schools and colleges too as well?
I do. Yes, I do. And I'm brought in for two components with that as well. I'm brought in to lecture and talk about the applications of hypnosis and how you can utilize that in your life, as well as doing comedy stage hypnosis shows. Matter of fact, I just got back from Kansas State. I'm doing some local colleges here in Los Angeles. And so that's what I'm brought in for. Right now, the colleges are doing their orientation and starting to start up their school year.
Yeah.
So what they do for the students and everything is they bring in somebody like me to edutain them, Aaron. So what that means is I'm brought in to not only educate, but to empower them through the comedy stage hypnosis shows. Because what's the best way to learn, Aaron? Through laughter.
And in high school, do you ever hypnotize stuff for bullying?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, it's a very big campaign for me where I really that touches my heart, because it's something has become very, very rampant across the United States. There's a lot of bullying going on, so that's something that's very dear to my heart. Absolutely.
Do you have a story to tell us about that? What's the first kid that you ever stopped?
Well, there's a lot, and what ends up happening is when it gets to the level of where it becomes a problem because the kid is going to be expelled or they're just not allowed in that program anymore, this is when they bring them to me. And once they bring them to me, we start doing therapy, the hypnotherapy and hypnosis. But again, they have to be willing. And so once they're willing, I'm able to give them the tools to be able to control their anger, to be able to control their confidence, to be able to control their self-esteem, so they don't have to bully others to gain that acceptance for themselves.
Wow, that's fascinating. You don't see much hypnotism in schools as much. It should be encouraged a little bit,
I agree. Absolutely. You're preaching to the choir, Aaron.
And you're doing a very good job. I'm seeing all your stuff. You're doing a very great job. And I know you have CDs. You have CDs as well. Are you going to do a book by any chance?
Yes, I actually offer a book. I don't know if it's still up there, but yep. And I'm going to write a book. I'm going to write another book as things start slowing down for me, because I do a lot of touring, I do a lot of lecturing, and I'm all over the country. And so hopefully I'll end up in Baltimore from somebody listening to this program in one of the colleges or one of the organizations out there, one of the corporate companies that are listening to this program right now will bring me out there, and I'm able to not only meet you personally, but some of the listeners, and hopefully it's a public performance, and I'll be able to talk more about hypnosis. And so once those things start slowing down, Aaron, that's when I'll just sit down and write my book.
and it will be a good book. But do you know of a book that people know about hypnotism? Except for yours, you know of a book?
Yeah, there's a how-to book that I offer on my site, hypnosis.com. It's a basic book on how to do hypnotism and how to do self-hypnosis. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But the book we're talking about is more of an autobiography, Aaron, where I'm going to talk about all the stories in my life and all the stories that I've experienced all over the world, and the amazing, fascinating people that I have had the blessing to meet and to associate with and to network with. That's what the book will be about.
And I will be able to read it too when it comes out, sir.
I'll send you a copy, Aaron.
Well, thank you. I wish I could talk to you so much on more everything. It's a pleasure to talk to you and get to know you. And please keep up with the good work. And if you got anything to bring, please come by. Don't be a stranger.
Absolutely. I'm honored and I'm grateful for the offer, Aaron, and I'm absolutely blessed to be able to not only speak with you, but to your listening audience, to help them make some decisions about, and hopefully remove some of the mystery and the mysticism of what people thought hypnosis was and what it is. And if they're still confused and they still have questions, they can always call me, email me, go to the website, www.hypnotist.com, and I'll be more than happy to take my time and, guide, help, coach people through whatever it is that's troubling them.
And yes, you do a very good job, and make me learn about hypnotism a little bit more instead of just the movies and TVs. I'm glad to talk to a real hypnotist.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.
All right, my friend. You guys have a good night.
All right.
Good night, Baltimore.
Good night, sir. Wow, that's Kevin Stone, ladies and gentlemen. I guess in the hot seat today. And